I'm Bounty Mike. Today we're going to react to a new car. It's actually a concept car. The Dacia Hipster. Damn, that's a bad name.
Hey guys, and welcome to Petrolped. Now imagine you live in a city and you need a mobility solution that's bigger than a moped
I mean, I love small cars.
or a quadricycle, but not as big or as expensive as an A-segment car. Well, I'm here in Paris today to take a look at this
It's so cute. I love it. I do wonder what the price will be.
concept from Dacia, the Hipster.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now I'm lucky enough to have been to Japan a couple of times. And in Japan, you get this concept of K
Japanese K cars are freaking awesome, and we don't have them in Europe, and I hate it.
cars, these little city cars that have huge amounts of space and loads of practicality. And for me, that's the
It's so cute and stubby. Damn.
first thing I see in Hipster. What exactly is it? Well, first of all, it's an all-EV platform, but before you go running to the hills and think EVs are huge and big and heavy, the design brief for this car, first of all, it's really small. It's only 3 meters long. It's a touch over 1.5 meters wide and a touch over 1.5 meters tall. It is a dinky little thing, a tiny footprint. Weight is everything to this car. The target weight for this car is 800 kilos for an EV.
800. I mean, that's decent. Like it's normal small car.
Now the range isn't going to be massive, but that's not really what this car is all about. I think maybe 150 to 200 kilometers, that kind of ballpark.
No,
But it's
decent.
about practicality and usability. And there are loads of really interesting touches, loads of things where people have just made that extra thought process that you think, well, why didn't we do that before? So let's take a quick walk around the outside of the car. First things first, the cost point is really important. When I came out to see Bigster launch last year, one of the things I loved about the Dacia designers is they say, look, we start from our selling price point and then kind of engineer the car backwards. And they've done exactly the same thing with this. All the body panels are the same color. The bits of color are just on a few of the different panels, so you can still personalize the car. The bottom half of the car, and again, I first saw this substance here at Bigster. This stuff, designed by Dacia, it's called Starkle. It's a recycled plastic with this little kind of fleck in it. It looks really cool. It's super hard wearing.
Yep. That's cool. Definitely cool.
And very lightweight. On the front of the car, now I love the headlight elements because, again, looking at the kind of cost perspective, you've got this array of LEDs, and then rather than having, if you like, multiple lenses and so on, it's just behind this glass piece here.
Yep.
Let's walk round the side of the car. It's so chunky and purposeful, this thing. It almost looks, especially from the rear three-quarter, like a Land Rover Defender-esque.
Okay, that's nice butt. That's a nice butt.
Vehicle. But look at the size. I'm 6'3", and it just comes to there. So it's a tiny, tiny thing. But once you get inside, it's huge. I love the mirrors.
Yep.
Very, very simple. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to convey just how lovely this feels, but the door handle is actually just a canvas strap, and you just pull it to open the door. It's got this really tactile feel to it. No window winding mechanism, just a simple slide window.
Okay, this is cool. This is really cool.
To keep the weight down. We'll talk more about the weight limiting design inside, but I love things like that. The door still has a really nice feel and chunkiness to it. It doesn't, you think with the weight aim being so low, everything would feel cheap and flimsy. It really doesn't, especially considering this still is a design concept mock-up. And it's got quite a nice door slam to it. But then look at this. This is so Defender. The way the lights are.
Chunky.
Again, there's an array of LEDs, but they're actually behind the rear glass. They don't have their own lens.
It's
The
cute.
Dacia logo's both down the side panel and here. When you look at it, you just think it's a Dacia sort of imprinted into the panel, but it's not. The panel's flat, and then the writing's at an angle like that, so you get all of these different shadows and contours. It looks really, really smart. Then the final thing, if you look on the roof, you've got the Dacia logo on the roof and all of these kind of angles. It just makes it look really kind of robust.
Yep.
But the party piece this car has, aesthetically on the outside, it's small and dinky, and it's got some aggressive corners, but it's the practicality. The inside space in this car is ridiculous. So the next thing we're going to do is have a look at just how big the boot is and how big the passenger compartment is. Now for this bit, I've got Olivier from Dacia to help me. I just want to show you how this thing opens up and expands internally. If we just start, it's got a split tailgate. So the first thing, you've got a nice bit of
Nice.
top glass. You can get in access into the back. And then the bottom tailgate opens, there we go. So first up, the smallest configuration of boot space is 70 litres. But this is the amazing bit. If Olivier goes round to the side and starts to drop these seats, first off, the headrests for
Damn, that's cool.
the rear seat passengers just fold to the side. When we get inside, we'll look at the seats, and they're just a frame, super lightweight. And we've now got a boot space that is big enough to fit a washing machine. 500 litres of boot space in a car that is 3 meters long. Unbelievable.
That's so cool.
So that's if you've got lots of, big stuff to get in the back, like a washing machine. But what if you're 6'3" and you need to go for a drive? Just how much space is there in this car for someone of my height?
I mean, interior looks, it's pretty okay. Super simple.
Now, I've been to a few shoots with concept cars, and normally they look great from the outside, but the interior is fake, or the windows are blacked out, or you're not allowed to sit in them because they're too fragile. And not this. It feels really
Chairs look weird. The seats, I mean.
solid and really rugged in here. But I want to talk you through a few of the ideas. I know this is a concept, but I honestly, knowing the guys at Dacia, it wouldn't surprise me if a good chunk of the elements we see in this car make it into production at some point, because it's just so well thought through. First up, I am a big, tall chap. You know me, 6'3", a 34 to 35 inch inside leg, and there is loads of room in the front of this car. This bench seat forward and backwards, both are connected together. The seats themselves are like you'd find in an old Citroën de Chevaux, a metal frame with like a mesh seat.
Oh,
and
that's
they're
why they look
super
weird.
lightweight, but very, very comfortable. The steering wheel itself is a cool shape that you would expect in a concept car. But
Yeah,
let's have a look at something. So I've got a main
no buttons.
screen here which is going to show my speed and the gear and so on, but everything else I bring myself. Now, back in my telecoms training days, there was a concept called BYOD, bring your own device, used for businesses to allow their employees to use their own mobile phones. Well, we use BYOD in this car as well, because your main infotainment stroke satellite navigation screen is your own phone clipped into the car. Dacia have a patented technology that you'll find in their cars called U-Clip. And the Bigster I had on test recently had a couple of U-Clip points. There was a mobile phone holder and a light. In this car, there are 11 U-Clip points. And I'll point out some of the things. Firstly, that phone there is held on by U-Clip. There's a cup holder just here. That's a U-Clip. There's a game for your passenger just in case they get bored. This is a fan. And the really cool thing here is you've got a fan. You could actually unclip that fan there and clip it onto the ceiling behind me where there's a light. So you could have a fan blowing air into the back passengers. Your stereo, so you've got your music on your phone and you Bluetooth that to your Bluetooth speaker, which is clipped just there. It's genius. You can just customize the inside of the car however you want, all aimed at keeping things cheap and keeping things light. Even to the point where, because I asked the question this morning, I said, well, does this car still need things like airbags and all the passenger safety stuff? Absolutely. This is the airbag look. You can actually see it inside the cover. There's no point hiding it behind the dash and covering it in leather. That's weight and that's cost. The side door panels just here. This is a storage panel here, again, using U-clip to connect. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You've got a glass panel here, so it's really light. It just doesn't feel like a small, cheap car at all.
It looks really cool.
But its other party piece is it's for 4 adults, not 2. So I reckon I can jump in the back and show you how much space I've got in the back. Now, final thing I've done, I've pulled the front seat. Although they move up and back together, they can independently split so you can access the rear of the car. And if I get in the back, and I'm going to sit behind the driver here because that seat was set for me. Look,
I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You're not going to want to do hundreds of miles, but remember, that's not what this car does. This car is a kind of 20, 30 mile kind of journey to the station or to the shops or going out to the theatre with your friends. It's just unbelievable in the back. Really, really good. And then I do love this little fella. He's hanging on the...
That's nice.
So this was the mascot of the design team. There's actually one of these on the front wing, and he's very cool, and he's just hanging here, kind of looking after the car, making sure I don't damage it, basically. Anyway, let's jump out and I'll give you my final thoughts. Now then, I've managed to grab this gentleman, David, who is the head of design for Dacia. You are the man responsible for all the cool cars that you're coming out with at the moment, whether it's the new Duster, Bigster, I'm a big fan of.
Thank you, thank you.
But this little thing. So I can see some inspiration even without talking to you.
It looks so cool. Nice. So yeah, let's have the video. I'm gonna link it in the description. Pretty much seen the car. It's a really cute car. I don't wonder about the price. There's more interview, stuff like that. Thank you for watching. I will link the channel in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.